Back at it like we never left. The Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you sports how you want it when you need it. And we're back again with another NFL draft profile here on the channel. And of course, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't already for more draft content and so much more on the Flex Zone YouTube channel as well. And comment down below. Let me know what prospects you want us to talk about if we haven't already. We got Aiden Hutchinson, we got Evan Neal. Link down below. It'll be a playlist for all of our draft profiles as we inch closer to the draft, a little over a week away, baby. And yet again, the draft guru back again. You know his name, but it never changes. Crevonte, baby.
Hey man, yeah, we back at it. We going strong, just going down the list. This is our favorite time of the year. I love doing this, man. So yeah, let's get it. Let's keep it rolling.
Hey, let's keep it rolling, and we keep it rolling with a man who was touted going into the season as the number one overall prospect. He is Kayvon Thibodeaux, 6'4" junior out of Oregon, 254 pounds, 33 and 1/8 inch arms, 9 and 3/4 inch hands. Probably the most athletic pass rusher in this draft. A physical specimen, a guy who can put his hand in the dirt, stand up. Crevonte, when you look at Kayvon Thibodeaux, you see why he was the number one prospect going into this year.
Yeah, for sure. He was that guy since going into the preseason of the college football season. So yeah, it was like, yep, Kayvon Thibodeaux, he's going number one, going number one. Um, so let's get into let's start. We're gonna start high, something I usually don't do, but we'll start high with Kayvon. Something you were saying. He's a specimen. Um, very, very, very explosive, very twitchy. Basically, these are the things you want out of a edge, any edge rusher, and he comes with a lot of power, which I think is probably one of the more underrated attributes for him. Um, First step is crazy. First, if you're coming out the gate slow, you and your quarterback, the quarterback and the offensive line is going to have words because he can wreak havoc with that first step. Um, has He's a little bit not I'm not even gonna say a little bit. He is more athletic than Aiden Hutchinson. I'll say that right now, which makes his ceiling a little bit higher than Aiden Hutchinson because of his speed to power that he can go back and forth with. And he's a little bit more flexible and a little bit more versatile when it comes to like dropping back into coverage and getting into those quick passing lanes. Um, able to flip his hips. I even read somewhere where he's able to flip his hips like a quarterback, and I'm saying, whoa, that's amazing for a guy his size, and you know, more of an outside. You expect that from like a DB, not really from a lineman, but he could literally be all over the field. Um, Hand usage is above average. Um, Now the not so greats, he lacks awareness, play recognition, um, does not, and this is one thing you don't like as your edge guy. He does not set it very well. Um, he gives up the edge sometimes, just runs up the field, not really being aware of what's going on. Like as far as pass run, he wants to rush the passer, but not every play is a passing play. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he'll get beat on things like that and get kind of get washed out, kind of wash himself out the play, honestly. Um, and he's got to learn counter moves when he goes up against these different quality offensive tackles at the next level. Um, he needs to have multiple moves and be able to counter and not get hung up. Again, just like I was saying with Aiden Hutchinson, even though that's a big guy, you don't want to get into a wrestling match because a wrestling match means you're not going after the quarterback anymore or you're not making a
Right.
play on the running back. So being able to counter offensive tackles and the hand movements, he moves his hands pretty well. It's just getting by being able to get by and not get hung up on, going up against the offensive tackles. But yeah, he
Where do you see
definitely has
him
to work
going?
on setting the edge better and actually recognizing run instead of just rushing up the field.
Do you see him falling outside of the top five? There are some drafts where you see him falling closer to 10. Like we said, he was a top pick going into the season. I don't think he should go past 5 or 6 myself.
No, he shouldn't. But I do think I think he will fall. I'm hearing different things like character issues. His motor is great. It's just that sometimes he disappears, and that may not necessarily be because of his motor. It could be more so that ain't nobody letting him get off. he may be double teamed because he is that type of talent, but and he does jump off the screen from time to time, but he does disappear, and that could be a mixture of him playing at Oregon. It could be several things, but he has the talent. He has the tools to be and be elite at the next level. And his player comp for me would be okay. So I got it down to 2. I have Myles Garrett and I have Jadeveon Clowney.
I agree with the Clowney. I was just about to say maybe not as gifted athletically as Clowney because of the
No,
size.
you're right. You're right.
Right. But I did see some Clowney in him, but could be a guy who gets more sacks than Clowney. Because remember, Clowney never really gets the double-digit sacks, but
No.
Thibodeaux may be able to get there.
And I think it also depends on where he goes too, because I feel like when Clowney was there, wasn't somebody else there with the Texans?
Was it a tackle or
I
was
feel
it a
like
quarterback?
it was somebody else there, but he also dealt with injuries as well. So I
That
felt like Clowney was never
may
really hurt.
that
Was never really healthy. All that.
if we're doing memory, Texans had the first pick. I think that was the Manziel draft. That might have been the Manziel draft. Off the top of my head, that might have been the Manziel draft. Because the Texans had the first pick. That might have been the Manziel draft. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. I'm literally going off the top of my head, but I think it was the Manziel draft. We'll fact check that in a second. But I would love to see him maybe go to a team like the Jets. Robert Sala's there. What you think about maybe going to the Jets? Somebody like that. You got a specific landing spot you can see. You said he may fall, so
I I would love him for Robert Saleh and the Jets. The Jets, their issue is bigger than football. Like we talk about all the time. Um, and it's not like they don't have talent. It's just that the front office, I don't think they necessarily know how to put it together. And I don't think it's going to be Robert Saleh's fault, but he's a defensive guy, and he would be salivating if Thibodeaux is available at 4. And the way I see the draft unfolding, he will be available at 4 to them.
I agree with you, sir. And I think it's going to
Then,
come down to him or tackle. It's going to be him or tackle probably coming down to.
yes, yep, absolutely. And I'm thinking about where he would fall is where is Giants, Panthers, Giants. If the Jets don't take him, I don't even think he gets picked. Be the Giants' second pick. But the Giants have issues with their salary cap. So yeah, they have 2 first-round picks, but that don't mean they have the money to pay them. So they got to move some things around, needless to say. Or they may mess around and trade it, depending on how bad it is. But he can fall to – I could see him falling to 7.
I could see that too if he doesn't go to the Jets. I think he does fall because I think we know the Panthers want to take a quarterback. We'll get to that later, but I think that's not bold. Not really bold, but you know.
Yeah, and also and who knows, maybe Baker Mayfield may satisfy that and leaving them open to do something else. Maybe. We'll see.
We shall see. Perfect way to end it right there. Let us know your thoughts on Kayvon Thibodeaux, his profile. Would you want him on your team? Where do you think he goes? Who you want to see us talk about next? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, like the video. And of course, we'll see you next time with our next draft profile on the Flex Zone podcast, y'all. We gone.